Hello, this is Pastor John. It is May 4 on a Monday, and we are well now into the month of May, and I'm looking forward to some brighter days ahead. Not that the days in the past have been bad, but I know that we are all out of our routines, and we're looking forward to a little more of a normalcy, returning to that, which means that we're going to be doing some things like maybe getting some more hours at work again, transacting some business, going to the grocery store a little bit more, maybe doing some things that we're used to doing. And that can give us a little bit of anxiety, of course, because we know that there's always this threat of continued difficulties or challenges from the COVID-19 crisis. Some are even suggesting that there might be another resurgence of that. My prayer is that that will not be the case, but we are leaving this in God's hands, and that's the most important thing to do right now. The verse that comes to mind that I wanted to share with you today is Romans 8:31. It's one that you know well, and it says this: if God is for us, who can stand against us? And when we hear that verse, most of the time we hear it in the context of some kind of personal attack or someone coming after us or just some threat that we feel that we're under. But really, if you read Romans 8, the whole passage is about spiritual growth, growing in Christ. And so if God is for us, who can stand against him growing us in Jesus, making us more like Christ in our character? And so this is the way that it's written. Of course, it pertains to other ways too. I'm just saying that contextually, it's about growing in Jesus. And I was sent here, this afternoon by Rochelle, it's just a little chart, and it asks the question, who do I want to be during COVID-19? And I love some of the ideas that come out of this. It's a little circle that asks the question, and then it kind of comes of some other circles that widen as you come further and further outside of the COVID-19 circle. I'll put it up here on the video here right now so you can kind of see it. But what it asks there is, who do we want to be with this COVID-19 crisis? The first one is operating in this realm of fear, the fear zone. This is where you're grabbing food and toilet paper and you're hoarding because it's all about you and sustaining your life. And of course, you're operating on an emotional level and easily triggered anger or excitement or other things, especially when you're reading. Maybe you're forwarding things constantly from Facebook or texts or other ways of sharing information. Everything you hear, you're just forwarding this stuff. And this is the fear zone. This is operating in a realm that we want to make sure that we are not operating in as Christians, because we know that if God is for us, who can stand against us? Then when you move out from the fear zone, you have the learning zone. And here's where we start to give up what we can't control. We're not compulsively consuming everything that we can possibly hoard just so that we're taken care of. We become more aware of the situation. We're analyzing what we're reading and really through a series of or process of reason, well thought out ideas and concepts and things, we're coming at good conclusions with regard to what's going on around us. Then of course, we recognize that we are all trying to do our best and we're trusting people. There's a positive outlook on life. That's the learning zone through this crisis. Then the zone we really want to get to ultimately is the growth zone, where we grow as a person. This is where we start to think of others, getting out of our own box, and we start to give attention to the needs of others and caring for them. Empathy begins to grow in us. Rather than sympathizing with ourselves and complaining, we become empathetic of others and what they're going through, and we look to step out of our personal selves to really help get people what they need and care for their needs. That we begin to thank and appreciate others. We have a more happy and emotional state. It becomes more stable, stronger. There's new ways that we can adapt to the changes that we're going through. We don't look negatively at those, but we're going to go with the flow. And then, of course, there's this quiet, contemplative, patient time that we spend with God in His Word, in prayer, and other things. And of course, He ultimately is the one that grows us. So this is the growth zone. This is where we want to get. This is how we want COVID-19 to affect us. We want to grow from it. So my prayer is that this whole experience with COVID-19 will grow you. You'll learn from it, but you won't react out of fear and let that overwhelm you. Because if God is for you, who can stand against you? Let this be the rule of your life each and every day. God bless you. Have a great evening.